Before you dip that biscuit into your morning coffee or afternoon tea, there is something you need to understand. That's simple. Comforting snacks sitting in your pantry may not be as harmless as it looks, especially if you're over 60. In the United States, biscuits and cookies are marketed as nostalgic, wholesome, even family style. They appear in patriotic packaging. They feature words like homestyle, real, natural, and baked with love. But after weeks of research reviewing FDA ingredient regulations, USDA nutrition data, recall databases, independent lab findings, consumer complaints, and public health reports, a pattern becomes clear. Many of America's most recognizable biscuit brands are built on ultra-processed formulas loaded with refined sugars, palm oil, high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and industrial emulsifiers. For seniors who face higher risks of diabetes, heart disease, fatty liver, high blood pressure, and cognitive decline, these ingredients are not neutral. They compound risk. And here is the part that should concern you most. These products are not positioned as junk food. They are positioned as tradition. Today, we are exposing 8 US biscuit brands you should avoid. Attention seniors. Let's start with number 8. Number 8. Nabisco Premium Saltine Crackers Original. At first glance, this product seems harmless. In fact, many doctors even recommend saltines for upset stomachs. The packaging is clean and simple. The name premium suggests quality. A 1 6-ounce box typically costs around $3 to $4. But look closer at the ingredient list. Enriched wheat flour, soybean oil, palm oil, high fructose corn syrup, leavening agents, and a sodium content that quietly adds up. Per serving, the sodium content can reach levels that, when consumed regularly, contribute significantly toward the American Heart Association's recommended daily maximum of 1,500 milligrams for older adults with hypertension. According to the CDC, nearly 70% of Americans over 60 have high blood pressure. A seemingly innocent snack like saltines, eaten daily, becomes part of a cumulative sodium burden. And then there's the fat source, palm oil and refined soybean oil. These are industrial oils, heavily processed, deodorized, and stabilized for long shelf life. That shelf life is not there to benefit your health. It benefits logistics and profit margins. Saltines are not toxic, but they are far from neutral. And if that surprises you, number 7 is even more concerning. Number 7. Chips Ahoy! Original Chocolate Chip Cookies. A staple in American households for decades. Recognizable blue packaging, often on sale for $3 to $5 per family-size pack. Chips Ahoy markets nostalgia, real chocolate chips, classic taste. Generations of families grew up with them. The ingredient list tells a different story. Enriched flour, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, palm oil, artificial flavor, soy lecithin, leavening agents. High fructose corn syrup has been studied extensively. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition links high intake of fructose to elevated triglycerides, insulin resistance, and increased risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease conditions that disproportionately affect seniors. One serving contains roughly 11 grams of sugar, but realistically, most people eat 3 to 6 cookies in one sitting. That easily pushes sugar intake toward 20 to 30 grams in minutes. The FDA does not prohibit high sugar content, but public health authorities consistently warn about cumulative intake. When a product is engineered for craveability, sugar combined with fat in precise ratios, portion control becomes difficult. For seniors managing blood sugar or cholesterol, that is a serious concern. And the next brand intensifies that pattern. Number 6. Keebler Fudge Stripes Original Cookies. Bright green packaging, playful branding, a price range of $3 to $4 per pack. Keebler emphasizes indulgence and fun. But beneath the elf mascot is a formula heavy in palm oil, sugar, and artificial flavors. Per serving, these cookies deliver high levels of saturated fat largely from palm oil combined with refined carbohydrates. The American Heart Association warns that diets high in saturated fat raise LDL cholesterol levels. For adults over 65, elevated LDL significantly increases risk of cardiovascular events. Palm oil is used because it is cheap, stable, and extends shelf life. It is not used because it improves nutrition. Independent consumer lab reviews have repeatedly classified products like this as ultra-processed under the NOVA food classification system, meaning they are industrial formulations, not traditional foods. The more layers of cream, coating, and filling, the more processing involved. But the next brand is even more culturally entrenched. Number 5. Oreo Original Sandwich Cookies. Possibly the most recognizable cookie in America. A global brand, a symbol of childhood. A standard pack costs around $4 to $6 depending on size. The marketing suggests tradition and simplicity. Milk's favorite cookie. Yet Oreo contains no real cream. The filling is made primarily of sugar and palm oil. The cookie itself includes enriched flour, sugar, cocoa processed with alkali, high fructose corn syrup in some variants, soy, lecithin, and artificial flavor. One serving contains about 14 grams of sugar. Again, that is typically 3 cookies, not an entire sleeve. For seniors, the issue is not a single serving, it is frequency. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults metabolize sugar less efficiently due to natural insulin sensitivity decline. Regular spikes in blood glucose accelerate vascular damage over time. When a product combines refined flour, sugar, and saturated fat, it creates rapid blood sugar elevation followed by a crash. That crash often triggers more snacking. Oreo is not illegal. It is not recalled. But nutritionally, it represents the modern ultra-processed snack category. And now we move into an even more sugar-dense territory. Number 4. Nutter Butter Peanut Butter Sandwich Cookies. The name suggests protein. Peanut butter sounds wholesome. Many seniors assume this is a better alternative. But the ingredient list reveals sugar as a dominant component, alongside palm oil and hydrogenated vegetable oils in certain formulations. Per serving, sugar levels remain high, and saturated fat content adds up quickly. Peanuts themselves are nutritious, but once processed into shelf-stable sandwich cookies, they become vehicles for refined carbohydrates and added fats. The FDA requires ingredient transparency, and when you read that label carefully, it becomes clear that peanut butter, in this context, is a flavor profile, not a health benefit. If you are choosing these for protein, you are not getting what you think. And the next product increases sodium risk significantly. Number 3. Ritz Original Crackers. Buttery taste, golden color. Marketed as a light snack. A box costs around $3 to $5. Ritz crackers contain enriched flour, soybean oil, palm oil, sugar, and a sodium level that accumulates quickly. Many seniors use Ritz with cheese, deli meats, or spreads, compounding sodium intake. The CDC reports that excess sodium is one of the most significant dietary contributors to hypertension in older adults. Ritz are designed for shelf stability and mouthfeel. That buttery taste does not come from butter. It comes from flavor engineering and fat blends. Now we move into a brand marketed directly toward health-conscious consumers. Number 2. Belvita Breakfast Biscuits Golden Oat. The word breakfast changes perception. It implies nutrition, energy, wholesomeness. Belvita emphasizes steady energy, whole grains, morning fuel, but per serving, sugar content remains significant. Ingredients include sugar, processed flour blends, vegetable oils, and emulsifiers. While it may contain more fiber than traditional cookies, it is still a processed biscuit product with added sugars. For seniors managing blood glucose, starting the day with a refined, carbohydrate-heavy product can set off unstable glucose patterns for the rest of the day. Which brings us to number 1. Number 1. Little Debbie Oatmeal Cream Pies. This is the most concerning product on this list. Soft oatmeal cookies filled with sweet cream, often priced under $3 per box, making them extremely accessible. But per serving, sugar levels can exceed 30 grams. Combined with hydrogenated oils in some formulations and artificial flavors, this becomes a metabolic burden. The FDA has previously required reformulations of partially hydrogenated oils due to trans fat risks. While many brands reduce trans fats, ultra-processed formulations remain heavy in sugar and saturated fat. Little Debbie products have also appeared in recall databases over the years for contamination risks unrelated to this specific product, illustrating the broader vulnerability of mass-produced snack systems. For seniors, consuming a product where nearly 1/3 of its weight is sugar represents a serious dietary decision. This product embodies the larger industry issue: low cost, high palatability, engineered longevity, and heavy marketing toward nostalgia. Now for the good news. Good options do exist. Recommended option 1. Simple Mills Almond Flour Crackers Sea Salt, made primarily with almond flour, sunflower seeds, and simple ingredients. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors. Lower glycemic impact compared to refined wheat flour biscuits. Certified gluten-free. Transparent labeling, typically priced between $5 and $6 per box. Yes, more expensive, but ingredient quality justifies the cost. Recommended option 2. Mary's Gone Crackers, original crackers, made with organic whole grains and seeds. Higher fiber content, no refined flour, no artificial preservatives. Certified organic, non-GMO project verified. Fiber content supports digestive health, particularly important for seniors. These are not indulgent cream-filled cookies. They are functional, minimally processed crackers designed for nutrition rather than engineered craving. In summary, bad biscuits rely on refined flour, added sugars, palm oil, hydrogenated fats, artificial flavors, and sodium overload. Good options rely on whole ingredients, higher fiber, transparent sourcing, and minimal processing. The difference is not subtle when you read the label. For seniors especially, every snack choice contributes either toward stability or toward cumulative metabolic strain. The goal is not fear, it is awareness. Because what looks like a small biscuit can carry a very large impact over time.